My name is TheTimmyDee, and I am on TikTok. You could find me there, TheTimmyDee. It's really simple. TheTimmyDee. That's reversed, but the more important thing is I'm here to review the new Megadeath that just came out yesterday. And well, I don't want to say it's a dumpster fire. Well, I want to say it was built up like they're going back to the first, couple of few albums of the historical, monumental Megadeth days. Unfortunately, the build-up was like, even people that were into blast beat, death metal, stuff like that, were like, oh man, they're gonna throw some blast beats, and it's gonna be like they're gonna totally use some other influences, and they're gonna try something totally different, and the new crew is gonna blow your minds. And Kiko is like, oh my god, gonna go even farther up the ladder of shred godness. Sorry, I got some hair. Anyway, okay, that was gross. It's just the wig hair. It's a wig, don't worry. The thing that puzzles me is how there was so much of a buildup. Remember when it was supposed to be released, and then it was going to be released again, and then they're like, oh, yeah, the build. Dave Mustaine, you built this album up like you were going to throw on some different riffage, and you guys are going to try some newer stuff as you're basically going into the retirement stages of your career. And it reminds me of when Metallica was coming back. You know what album I'm talking about. Not the Monster Mash one, but when Metallica was releasing that one album, and they're like, well, we're going back to the roots. You can't go back to the roots without the singing going back to the roots. And apparently, with Dave Mustaine singing, it's pretty much like, James I respect James Hetfield. Mr. Hetfield, I respect you when your vocal changes. I know you had to do it to save your voice. But Dave Mustaine, on the other hand, is not a James Hetfield. And I can't understand why. He basically did a lot of whispering. He didn't grind it. He didn't do pieces, but who's paying? He didn't do any. He was more relaxed. I know he has some issues, health issues, and I understand that. But at least bring it on the music front. I didn't hear a lot of blast. I didn't hear bringing in other forms of metal, other genres of metal, like they were gonna totally make this album balls out. Don't you hate when they do that? This album's not gonna have one ballad. But guess what? They didn't promise us that it wasn't gonna have a ballad. But I mean, come on, the last 4 albums, when did they just go balls out in an album? Even the first couple albums, there was always some kind of mellow kind of song, but it was like a fade to black, like Metallica, right? It was mellow, but it was heavy mellow. That's why you love heavy metal, right? Because it's heavy mellow, even if it's mellow metal, right? Anyway, I'm rambling. The thing is, I'm gonna give this album a 3.5 stars. I wish I could have given it 11 out of 5, but I can't, because the Dystopia album I thought was going to be also oh my god, mind-blowingly, oh! And it didn't mind-blow me. It was good, though. You can't say that this is because of the Dave Ellefson experience of him being pulled out because of the, stuff that happened that was, unfortunately, a little risque and weird and stuff. Underage-ish kind of weird stuff and all the drama there. I don't think this album that was just released, The Sick and the Dying and the blah blah blah, is going to be would have been a better album if he was in the mix. And I don't believe that. I really believe that there's too much hype, and we waited too long. This is a big, long wait. I'm like, why didn't you release it 3, 4, 5 months ago? All releasing little tiny tidbits of songs. Check out, there's a new song. Tidbit. Come on. There's a couple of good songs. I'm not going to go through it and break it down like a professional feedback or reviewer. I'm just going to say, as a Megadeth fan, long time, I like it, but it wasn't like they built it up. They built it up like it was going to be a bacon, turkey, chicken, pepperoni, extra cheese, jalapeno, olive pizza, thick crust, and then it comes out just, a pepperoni pizza with a couple of, maybe some cheese in the crust and a few jalapenos, and maybe a couple of little odds and ends, but it wasn't the way they made it out to be. They made it out like it was gonna be like amazing, like it's gonna, oh, you guys are gonna watch out, this is gonna, maybe not Dave's voice, but oh, the riffage and the genres we're gonna take from, like people were literally thinking some death, some shock cylinder was gonna come out in there. Especially since, DiGiorgio was playing some bass on there, right? He played bass on it. Not Lominzo. I'm telling you. Next time you build up an album and you drag that mother out for years. I didn't cuss, okay, Amazon? I did something else. If you're gonna drag something out and make it like, oh my God, like waiting to get into the bedroom and make love your first night of getting married, don't build it up if you ain't gonna, back up what you promise in there. This was not as they promised. This is not the majestic, oh my gosh, it's going to be the old Megadeath. The old Megadeath. The raw, bad, fantastic Megadeath. It was basically the last 5 or 6 albums thrown together in a blender and with some new people. And in Kiko, I respect Kiko. And, Mr., bass player that they got now, he didn't play any bass on it, but I love White Lion. And I'm going to tell you, this is a long review, but my heart's broken. I'm tired of these older bands, these veteran bands telling you, oh, the new album's going to be amazing. We're going back to the roots. We're going back to the rootity toots. And yeah, you went back to the roots of maybe the last 4 or 5 albums. And it wasn't even the good roots of those albums. There was some good songs. I'm not going to break it down. I'm not a professional reviewer. I'm not going to break it down like, hey, this song and track 4 and track 8 and track... I think I didn't even listen to it all the way through. I think I would listen to track 12. There was supposed to be a Sammy Hagar song on there. I don't know if it's a hidden track or not, but they should have made a big deal of it. I hope I didn't have to pay another $18 or something to get that one track, because I didn't get it. I thought they were going to do that Street Machine-y Sammy Hagar cover, the World is Hell or whatever. No, I don't know. All I know is you built it up. And you built it up like we were going we're going to another planet and we're going to get there zippity-doo-dah. And apparently we're still traveling and we haven't got to the other planet. We're almost out of food. And our lives are on the line here. That's what this Megadeath album makes me feel like. The new Metallica that might be coming out sometime, that better be slamming on some riffage. Better not do some ZZ Top flipping retro stuff there. I mean, I do like the reloads and the loads and all the loads. But come on, all right? Don't repeat that Monster album with the what's it called? With the messed up snare drum. You could have fixed that. You take out the bass of Injustice for All, and then you make an album with a messed up snare drum. And we just gotta take it. We gotta take enough in life. Now I got this new album. I'm not gonna send it back, but this Megadeth new album was not as I thought it was gonna be. If it was a 10-star rating, because Amazon gives 5 stars, I would give it probably a 6. But I wanted to give it an 11 because I like Spinal Tap, and it goes louder when it's on 11. Why didn't you just make 10 louder? Because this one goes to 11. Well, this one should have went to 5, but it's only a 3.5. Not even. Maybe a 3.3. Maybe it's a 3.002. I don't know, but I'm not happy. As happy as... I mean, there were some good riffs, but there was also some, like, techno wizardry. I don't know. Too much experimentation. Get back to the raw roots of where you came from, Mr. Mustaine. I don't care if you gotta hire everyone else from every other metal thrash band out there that's still on the roads and the skid roads. Go and hire some people that want to help you, not just be a yes man and go,
yeah, this sounds pretty fresh, man. Got some double bass in there. It sounds like you got some blast beats.
Nah, go get the guy. Go get the guy. He's available. Chris Adler, whatever. Go get the Lamb of Chops guy. That guy probably drum up some business. And go get another guitarist and just take over singing. And please, Dave Mustaine, don't get into puppeteering. Because when I saw you in Bolivia and you were singing some of those Megadeth songs, I swear, it sounded like a Muppet was singing with you. Anyway, my review of this, I hope it goes through, but I'm going to give it a 3.02. All right, then. I'm sorry. Maybe next time. And hopefully we won't have to wait 6 years for an almost halfway sort of dud. I mean, it's good, but it was promised to be great. And when you say it's going to be great and it's good, that's not the same thing. Okay, I got to go. The Timmy D signing off. Amazon rocks. Not everything is what it's, cracked up to be in the music world, but hey, I love my music. It's too bad these old and young people, they keep saying,
My album, my new book, the new movie, the new this is the most amazing thing I've ever done.
Not true. Not always. All right, bye-bye.